Example 3, write a system of inequalities represented by the graph. So now we have to write what was actually graphed. I'm going to start, it doesn't matter which one you start with, I'm going to start with this dotted vertical line. Now remember, if it's a horizontal or vertical line, it's either like an x equals or a y equals. And in this case, x is 3. This is at 3, x is 3, y is something, 3, 3. This is on the x-axis at 3. Now, I'm going to have an x, I'm going to have a 3. But I'm not going to put equals. Because if I look, it looks to me like coming from this line, we kind of shaded this way. I mean, technically speaking, we shaded over here as well. But because it's a system, this part on this line was not included in also this line. So this part has kind of been erased because it's not the overlap part. But if we're shading that way, is that way less than 3 or is that way more than 3? And the answer is, well, that way is less than 3. Now also, is it less than or is it less than or equal to? And that's where we're going to look at the line and we're going to say, well, it's dotted. So if it's dotted, it's just less than. So that's the first part of our system. X is less than 3. Now the next part is we kind of have like a slanted line. This guy's also dotted. But this is going to look like y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to start with y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to start with my y-intercept. And it looks like my y-intercept's right here, which is going to be at 2. So now I have y equals mx plus 2 because that's at 2. Then I'm going to say, okay, well, my slope from 2, I went down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And that has a negative slope. So my slope is negative 1. So y equals negative x plus 2, which is pretty good. But now I need to change this equal sign because there's shading. And we already said that it's dotted, so it's just less than or greater than. So did I shade, if I shaded kind of from the line like this way, is that like below the line? Or is that like above the line? And that's like below the line, which should be less than. So y is less than, not equal to, because it's dotted, negative x plus 2. And then keep in mind, we also had our x is less than 3. So this is the system that is graphed. Letter B. Okay, this time, let's start, and it doesn't matter, but let's start with this guy. Now, once again, this is not a horizontal or vertical line, so we're starting with y equals mx plus b. Y equals b. It looks to me like I'm down here, and this is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, so my b is minus 3. My slope, I'm going to rise 1, 2, run 1. So up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So my slope is 2. Then if I come from my line, I kind of shaded like this way. I mean, I could go like this. But if I'm shading this way, is that below the line or above the line? And that's below the line. So y is less than, it's solid, or equal to 2x minus 3. Now I'm going to go grab the other one, which is right here. Y equals mx plus b. And again, y-intercept right here. That looks to me like it's at 1. So y equals plus 1. From there, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So slope is down 1 over 2 is negative 1/2. Then we kind of shaded this way from that line. So if we shaded that way, and again, it's not up here because we were just looking for the overlap of the green and the black arrows. So right in here, but that's above. So y is greater than, it's a solid line, or equal to, negative 1/2 x plus 1. So when you put these two together, that is your system that is graphed.